Known for exquisite Mediterranean beaches, whose pristine beauty is all too often upset by rocket assaults from the Gaza Strip, this coastal town has an interesting story. The Israeli city of Ashkelon is paying tribute to South Africa's Jewish community, which played a pivotal role in its establishment 7 decades ago. It's a chapter of Israeli history that many no longer remember, but one that researcher and businessman David Zwebner hopes to rectify.
I was astonished to find that in 1949, the South African joint collected £1 million sterling, which was a fortune of money then. They wanted to help the refugees. It's the 5th largest area in the country. It's a gateway to the Negev, to the south.
The story of Ashkelon goes back thousands of years to the Neolithic period, but it was during the Canaanite era that it became a major city and seaport. In fact, the Canaanites built these ancient fortifications you see behind me, and it was to defend themselves against their main rivals, the Egyptians. While the connection of the Canaanites, Philistines, and ancient Israelites to Ashkelon is well known, much less has been said about South African Jews, who banded together in 1949 to design, build, and run the modern city. Many of Ashkelon's main streets are named in honor of their South African benefactors. They also contributed to one of Israel's most important hospitals, Barzilai Medical Center, located just 8 miles from the Gaza Strip. Since it's on the front lines of any conflict between Israel and Gaza, Barzilai built a new underground wing complete with 300 beds. It can withstand rockets, chemical weapons, even nuclear attacks.
The South African communities was part of the founders of Ashkelon and this hospital. This hospital was established in 1961, when there were only pioneers in this area. And they were the first who donated and helped to establish this hospital, which included only 2 words then.
Despite the threat from rockets launched from the Gaza Strip, Ashkelon is one of Israel's fastest growing cities. With an economy that is booming thanks to major beer brewing factories and the world's largest desalination plant. More than 150,000 people call it home, but that number is expected to climb to over 250,000 in the coming years.
Despite all the security issues, we're here and building tens of thousands of new housing units, and this is true Zionism. That's real Zionism, to come and build our city and enlarge it in a meaningful way.
For South Africa's Jewish community, the picture is not so rosy. The country was recently ranked by the Anti-Defamation League as one of the most anti-Semitic places on the planet.
The financial situation is not good. A millionaire in South Africa is worth $70,000 here. Okay, that says a lot. BDS really started off in a place in Durban, in South Africa, and the anti-Semitism is rampant there. The Jews basically live in a ghetto.
At its height, South Africa's Jewish population numbered 120,000 people. But with ongoing economic and political issues, many have been leaving for greener pastures. In fact, immigration from South Africa to Israel, or Aliyah, has gone up significantly in recent years.
In the last 4 years, we've had between a 20 to 25% increase in Aliyah every year. So you're talking about a 90% increase in Olim over the last 4 years from South Africa. So that's very significant.
As Ashkelon sets the record straight on a long-forgotten part of Israeli history, it could attract a new wave of immigrants from South Africa. From the city of Ashkelon, Maya Margit reporting for the Media Line.